The courtroom froze as Judge Monroe's voice cracked like a whip. "That scarred man you call father? In my eyes, he's a disgrace, not a hero." Her gavel hit the bench, but the words hit harder. Aaliyah Carter clenched her fist under the table, her brown skin paling around the knuckles. The burned scar along her left wrist peeked from under her sleeve, a scar that matched her father's. Around her, the room buzzed with whispers. But what the judge didn't know was, they weren't alone in that courtroom. Aaliyah tried to steady her breath as the whispers turned to snickers. Her civics teacher, Mr. Langston, stood by the jury box, smirking. "Guess heroism skips generations," he muttered under his breath. Aaliyah's stomach twisted. The scar on her father's face, the limp in his walk, they weren't flaws. They were proof. Proof of what he sacrificed. But here, in this cold courtroom, it felt like the walls themselves laughed at them. And she wasn't sure how much longer she could sit silent. The humiliation deepened when a video flashed across courtroom monitors. It was her father, outside a hardware store, his burned scars zoomed in, cropped, turned into a cruel meme. "This?" Judge Monroe scoffed, pointing to the screen. "This is your legacy?" Laughter rippled through the room. Aaliyah's chest burned hotter than the flames that marked her family. But through the glass doors, shadows moved. Broad shoulders. Military posture. Boots stepping in unison. And with them, came silence. One by one, the veterans filled the room. No uniforms. No ribbons. Just presence. Their scars told stories Judge Monroe never dared to ask. At their center, her father. His cane tapped the floor softly, but his eyes? Unshaken. He didn't need to defend himself. Behind him stood every soldier he'd carried, shielded, saved. A man near the bench laid down documents. Service records. Medals. A signed letter from the state governor. The judge's smirk faltered, but it wasn't over yet. Then, the final figure stepped forward. A broad-shouldered black woman in plain clothes, but with a badge clipped to her belt. "Ms. Carter," she said, eyes soft on Aaliyah, sharp on the judge, "your father isn't on trial here. But this court's integrity is." Murmurs swelled. Judge Monroe's gavel hovered, hand trembling. Aaliyah's heart, once buried beneath shame, stood tall. Her father's scars weren't a stain, they were a shield. And today, the whole world saw it. Aaliyah Carter's story reminds us, scars aren't shame, they're survival. True dignity doesn't need permission from the powerful. It speaks for itself, quietly, but unshakably. If you believe voices like hers matter, hit subscribe, share your thoughts, and tell us, have you ever been judged for something they didn't even understand?